Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities Tarot. My name's Rochelle and this is Kitty. Kitty, you want to say hi? I'm doing the weekly reading today. Let me get some prosperity dust. She's going to jump off the table as soon as I do this. I don't think she loves this smell. I sure do though. Oh, there she goes. Thank you so much for being here. It's the weekly reading. Remember that when you see this, it is for the coming week for you. Get some water. I'm going to read from this little book called Think by Dr. Robert Anthony. All right, let's see. Others can stop you temporarily. Only you can do it permanently. So, yeah, really it comes down to understanding. God, I have kitty fur all over my nose. Wherever you feel like you're lacking or you don't have what you want, it comes back to you. Some people don't like to hear that. It's easier to blame outside circumstances than to take accountability, but we put limits on ourselves. So there's something about where you're putting a limit on yourself. Limits. And somehow it's easy enough to point the finger at something else, but there's a need for accountability, I guess. Let me put that aside for a little bit. Get a couple of angel cards. Depth. We've got an angel diving, scuba diving, diving deep. And beauty. An angel flying with a flower. Kind of looks like a flower. Also looks like a feather duster. Beauty. Depth and beauty. Going deep. Maybe you're doing some kind of deep dive, internal deep dive, where that's allowing you to see the beauty in things, in the world, in yourself better. It could also be where as you dive into something, or if you as you dive into yourself, you're expanding and you are uncovering some kind of inherent beauty within you. So I'll set that aside for now. Let's go to the wisdom of the oracle and see what this says. Flexible, number 19. Building blocks in reverse, 28. It's a little bit like the tower. Blessed, 22. Ugh, the itchy kitty furs all over my face. Okay. You have learned how to be flexible and adaptable, or you're in the process of it. In regards to something that needs to be rebuilt. And that could be any number of things, a relationship or some kind of project, or something, even something internal. But it's kind of like going back to the drawing board, understanding that you don't always get it right the first time, and that's okay. Sometimes it's good to review and revise, and that makes me think of Mercury going retrograde soon. As I'm doing this reading, it is, I don't know, it's like coming up within a couple of weeks. I think it's on the 17th. Anyway, so you're going back to the proverbial drawing board, and in doing this, you're discovering something. You're finally you've got that ingredient, that final ingredient that you didn't have before, that now is like, it's the secret sauce. Or it adds to something in a way, in like, how do I say it, like, you didn't have that element before, and now that you do, it's like all doors open, the path opens up for you. There's all this, this blessings that come in that feel like they come out of nowhere, that you're finally getting the green light for something. So let's go to the Heart's Hidden Secrets. Ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, and good time. We got a little bit of kitty confirmation there too. Clinging, holding on, obsessing, and spying. Curse, hex, witchcraft, and negative mind. It's like, learning, let's see, how do I even talk about this? Having a good time. Okay, so the first thing that jumped out at me is both of these figures have their heads turned to the side and their eyes are closed. So it's like, that kind of speaks to the depth, but it also is like, there's something about ignoring, not wanting to see reality for what it is. It could be where it feels a little bit like whatever you've been dealing with that needs to be rebuilt, or you discovered you needed to start, I don't know, break it down and build it back up again. You didn't want to. I think it's very common, to have a resistance to, like, I don't want to start from scratch. I don't want to start over. And so there's this negative mindset because there's a clinging to what is or what was, and needing to embrace something new, something different, potentially something better. So for example, say you've written something, like, you've written some kind of, like, could be, okay, so for example, if you're in school, you write a paper and then something happens to it and it's all gone and you have to rewrite the whole thing. And there's that initial feeling of like, oh my God, I put so much work into it already and it's all gone. And, or it could be like writing a book or, whatever. Somehow a whole lot of um, effort that you've put in is it's either somehow disappeared or it's not relevant anymore, or you somehow that you need to redo it, and there's the kind of this feeling of like, I keep looking at this clinging, this obsessing over, like, but no, what I did was enough. I don't want to have to redo it. And feeling kind of negative about that. Let me go to the Osho Zen Tarot. It's like, yeah, there's this initial feeling of hanging on, of feeling kind of obstinate, like I don't want to have to, but then ultimately, because of this, being in this flexible energy, being like, all right, well, I got to do what I got to do. I'm going to rewrite it. And it's so interesting. Bob Proctor talks about how this happened to him, where he wrote some book. He had it with him to turn into the publisher, or he was taking it somewhere in a cab. He left it in the cab, gone. And so he had to rewrite it. But then in rewriting it, it ended up being better. Okay, we've got 4 of rainbows. The Miser. Seven of clouds, politics. The Creator said in Marvin the Martian's voice. Marvin the Martian. Yeah, I said it right. This is the King of Fire. Okay. So we have this very constrictive energy. This is that clinging, that holding on, that obsessing over something. But in the act of holding on, there's actually a draining away. Resources, energy, whatever is draining away in this holding on. And in order to get this back, there needs to be an opening, a release, an allowance. Thing is, I can't tell, like, these two are very similar because there's this energy of wanting to hold on at the expense of whoever, whatever. Pretending. There's something about pretending, wanting, it could even be like you being in this obsessive, it's like, okay, so being in an obsessive energy, wanting what you want, not wanting to let go, not wanting to start from scratch, rebuild, however, you are not seeing things clearly because this guy has a mask, and maybe there's somebody here who is deceptive somehow, a trickster, and you're not seeing it because you're more focused on, are you clinging to someone wearing a mask? But then we have the Creator here. And it's like, this is a very expansive energy. This is willpower. This is inspiration. This is the inspired leader. And kind of taking back power from this could be other people who are keeping things from you. This could be letting go, understanding that you're already, like, there's some kind of deficit, there's some kind of loss. And so understanding that either your own mentality about doing what you need to do to hold on to what is yours, or or dealing with somebody like this, somehow there's overcoming. It's like, okay, if I can't hang on to what I perceive is mine or what I think should be mine, I'm gonna scrap it all. I'm gonna give it away, because I can create something new, something better. I can create more. It's overcoming a negative mindset. And I often say this with the King of Fire. He's my hell yes guy. If it's not a hell yes, it's a no. And you're starting to see things in a way that is whatever you were hanging on to before. You're coming to this understanding that it left you feeling mediocre at best. And maybe that's a part of this clinging obsessive energy, this holding on, because you're like, a little bit of something or something that's mediocre is better than nothing. And then coming into this mindset of, wait, no, I want high value. I want something that is, I'm going to get a return on my investment. I ultimately want to feel inspired. And this trumps this energy. Maybe you're deciding to be on the up and up, to stop wearing a mask if you have been wearing one, or you're saying, okay, I don't like who I'm dealing with here, so I'm going to go in a new direction. Okay, let me go to the Moonology deck. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. That's right. It's time to stop clinging, holding on, obsessing. It's time to start giving of yourself. You have some kind of light, energy, something to give. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Both Virgo and Gemini are ruled by Mercury, which is all about communication and, the mind. And there's something about changing the way you communicate, what you're communicating. Emotions are running high. Super moon. There's some internal conflict here, and I think really it comes down to this struggle between wanting to hold on and knowing you need to release. And maybe this is about giving away your resources, understanding that by giving what you perceive as valuable, you're actually going to get a lot more. But there could be some emotional conflict around this, but it could also be where, as you start to get into the flow, become more flexible, kind of step out of this negative mindset and into, it's like focusing on the positive more. This could be stirring up some emotions that just it's like your emotions were shut down in this clinging energy, and letting go kind of allows them to start to flow, and it could be a lot of things, feelings coming to the surface. um I'm gonna get some cards for my new deck, Forest Spirits Oracle. Oh, I just saw 2020 on the timer. Raccoon Spirit, potential. Delve into the unknown, for it is through uncertainty that you often uncover your true gifts. Yeah, so there's something about uncovering your true gifts. You were clinging, you were holding on to something, but it was keeping you separate, or is keeping something. You have some kind of potential. And maybe in the act of rebuilding, of scrapping something and starting over from scratch, leveling the playing field, you're rising up. You're recognizing the power you have to create something new. Delve into the unknown. Yeah. Water element, purification. Dive deep into your erosions. Finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being. It's emotions. There's a typo. Dive deep into your erosions, which is funny because erosion sounds a little bit like erosion. Something's been eroding away. Yeah, yep, that's exactly right. It's like the walls that you've built, something you have built has been eroding because there isn't, you didn't have all the parts and pieces that you needed, or there are elements that came in and kind of messed with what you created. And so finding healing and renewal in the depths of your being. Going deep, doing that deep dive. Uncovering your true gifts through healing and renewal. Spider Spirit, Dreamweaver. Practice the powerful art of attraction to draw in and capture opportunities. Powerful art of attraction to draw in and capture opportunities. Makes me think of the Dreamweaver song. I won't try and sing it. Dreamweaver, I believe we can make it through the night. Okay, I did sing. I lied. Okay, so that speaks to the art of attraction. Attracting in what it is that you want, which means you are open. I can't actually tell where this guy's arms are. Kind of seems like his arms would be out to his sides because his sleeves are kind of flowing. Oh, no. Nope. I was wrong. No, because he's wearing a kimono. So his hands are actually holding the light that's right here around his solar plexus. But there's still this, it's like attracting in what you want, your hell yes. Having a handle on it, being able to manifest what it is that you want, going after what you know inspires you. And this is coming after this kind of purification that you go through, purifying yourself internally and also letting go of what you've been clinging to. Going to the Magic of You Oracle. Sacrifice. What can you let go of? I love this. What can you let go of? What can you let go of? You know what to let go of. Whatever's not serving you, even though you really want it. Liberation. Free yourself. 13. 28. Free yourself. 13 breaks down to a 4. The miser is 4. You're freeing yourself. You're letting go of something or someone, and it's freeing you up. You're doing some kind of healing. You're moving into the unknown. There's a huge element of faith and trust that in letting go, you're gonna be taken care of. You're gonna be moved in the right direction. Eunoia. Everything in perfect balance. Number 8. As you free yourself, as you let go, things come into balance. They were not in balance before, and so you were experiencing some kind of loss, some kind of deficit by clinging on so tightly. And now it's like, as the energy flows, because I talk about this sometimes, where when we cling on, we're contracted, we're constricted around what we're clinging to, so that shuts off allowing whatever is meant for us to come in. But it's energy wants to move, and so the energy is running out. You're becoming depleted, but you're not allowing more in, and so everything's coming into balance as you free yourself, as you let go. Yes. Oh, I like this. Let me get some cards from the Guides of the Hidden Realms. What is holy, what is true? Appreciation, witnessing the unmerited gift of grace. 14. And blessed. It speaks to this, the unmerited gift of grace. As you open up, as you release, as you gain this freedom, then all the good, all the blessings that were meant for you start to pour in. You're an appreciating yourself and your skills. That a part of that is gratitude. I said it, so I'm gonna pick a card, a gratitude card. There are flowers everywhere for those who want to see them. Henri Matisse. Like stopping to smell the roses, right? The beauty is there for you when you want to focus in on it. Yeah. I said beauty earlier. Oh, yeah, there it is, beauty. Yes. It's like the simple thing, getting back to the simple things, to what lights you up. Moving toward what you love. What makes you feel inspired. The dream of co-creation. Manifestation, divine partnership, frequency alignment, 26. Yeah. 26 breaks down to an 8. Eunoia is an 8. There's everything in perfect balance. Okay, so this could be where, like, say you finally let go of someone that you've been obsessing over, clinging to the past, and then someone new comes in. But it can also be where you are, let's see, it was there and then it's left. Frequency alignment. Yeah, see, as you come into alignment within yourself energetically, you are it's weird. Trying to talk about this, it's like the concepts are like there and then they're gone. Trying to talk about them, it's like I can't get a handle on this. It's like something about your energy is speeding up, and it's going faster than your mind can keep up with. And so there's something about just allowing yourself to be in the energy and to not think about it. So maybe there's like some kind of meditation involved, or somehow with what you're manifesting, a part of manifesting is thinking about, feeling about what it is that you want, and taking the steps that you need to bring something into your life, to create something, but then letting go, understanding that. So for example, gardening, you plant the seeds, you provide water, you provide soil with nutrients, and the fertilizer and whatever that seed needs, but then you let nature run its course. There's only so much you can do, and that's part of the balance. But you are co-creating here. There's a divine partnership. And whether this is with your spirit guides, see, divine partnership, what is holy, what is true, there is a spiritual connection here. So itchy. That is definitely a sign. But it's like either you have somebody coming in who matches you on an energetic level, and there's a very strong spiritual element here within this connection, or it's like with your spirit guides. I think, and it could be both too. Connection through the cosmos, community, everything is connected. The law of reciprocity, 29. Yeah. The law of reciprocity. There's a time for holding on, and there's a time for releasing, for letting go. And right now, it's a time to give. It's a time to let go. It's a time to share. There is community here. There is more than one. There's more than just you. This is not a solo journey. And or if it has been a solo journey, you're coming out the other side. You are coming to a place where you're like connecting with others. Maybe one in particular. Yeah. Let's see. Let me get some cards from whatever this is called. The Gateway of Light Activation. I gotta close this out. We've got Earth Star Activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. Grounded action. Yeah. You're taking that inspiration and you're putting it into I can't think of the word. Like you're making something happen. You're taking those action steps. Anchoring yourself. Maybe you're doing some kind of grounding ritual or starting to do this as a daily practice. And then we have Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. So we have manifesting again, manifestation, conscious manifesting, because that's the thing. We are manifestors, all of us on this planet, but we are not taught how to consciously manifest what we want. So then we end up often manifesting things we don't want. And so you're figuring this out. This might be that key ingredient I was talking about at the beginning, that secret sauce, where you're like, oh, I can take accountability. I've been manifesting what I don't want. Now I'm going to change how I show up. I'm going to make changes. You're learning the art of manifestation. And we have divine alchemy. We have divine partnership. There is definitely kind of a spiritual glow up, spiritual growth that's happening here. With the assistance of the divine. What is holy? Yeah, you are communing with the universe, with your spirit guides also. Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. Rewrite your story. You're clearing your karma. You're taking accountability, and you're like, okay, things have not worked out for me, but I'm not going to buy in to the negativity anymore, or I'm not going to let myself be in that kind of mindset. There's a refresh. There's a starting from scratch. Yeah, see? Yes. Okay. Let me finish with, I'll just finish with a chakra card. One more shuffle. Okay, this one, heart chakra, compassion. I see all things through eyes of love in my heart. I find compassion and understanding for those who are struggling and misaligned with themselves, their higher wisdom and purpose. I am kind and compassionate with myself and others, and forgive myself for my judgments. I am compassionate. Yeah, see, I think part of what was happening is you were in a constricted energy, but you were projecting that onto others and judging them for being in constricted energies themselves. Somehow that was what was related to this politics. Somebody wanting to hold on to power. It's like when you're in an energy of clinging, of holding on, of the constriction, you're going to see that in others. You're going to attract that into your life when you open up. You set yourself free. This is what you're doing, and you're seeing from an expansive place through the eyes of love in your heart. And that is what is helping you to see the beauty. That is what is helping you take your power back. Or as you take your power back, you just find yourself more and more in this compassionate energy. So keep moving toward the beauty, both within and outside yourself. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.